Well, hey everybody, it's Will. Hey everybody, it's Will, and I am going to give you a video walkthrough of our upcoming July 12th and 13th hybrid estate sale in Maryville, Tennessee. I'm standing in the living room, giving you a look at the mantle on these beautiful couple of clocks by or sold by Tiffany and Company, and and I'll just tell you a little bit about how we're doing this sale as I go along. So what you'll see is you look at several of the items have these yellow strips on it. Just so those of you who haven't watched this before, that's an online auction item. So this clock from Tiffany's is number 62 in the online auction, and you can see a buy now price on it in the description if you go to bid7seasestatesales.com. Otherwise, something like this beautiful cranberry glass biscuit jar, that's the price. It's going to be $40, and you'll see those dots on things as we go through. I'll try to tell you which is which as I travel. So this sale is on July 12th and 13th, and because of the location, it's out a ways in Maryville. It's on a piece of conservation land, can't be developed, and it's got a weird little driveway that goes over a creek and around a curve, so people can't see each other coming, and it'd be literally a problem if people meet on the driveway. So we're running Friday by appointment, and we'll have somebody up at the top of the drive, kind of keeping hopefully traffic where it flows good. And then since we can usually manage Saturdays after we have run Friday, we don't have the gigantic open the same way we do. So Saturday will be open to the public. We'll cross our fingers it all works out, and yeah, so that's how we're doing it. You'll need an appointment to come Friday. I'm speaking to you Saturday, and the appointment scheduler will be up on Sunday, whatever that is, the 8th-ish. So here's a beautiful china cabinet, solid mahogany. That's in the online auction. And you're going to see all over this house a mixture of masks, some in the online auction, some in the tag sale. Now, this is a really interesting, folks, kind of, maybe you might even say eccentric, traveled a lot, collected all kinds of cool stuff. And there's some really cool things in here. So like the Century Dictionary up on the top from the 1890s, that's awesome. National Geos all the way across here, that's an auction lot. Everything from 1930 to 41 is one auction lot. But then every other National Geo you ever wanted is here in the house, and we're doing them by the folios there for a couple bucks a folio. And then all kind of good books here. There's especially a lot of good books on shipping, on weaponry, on genealogy, and stuff like that. So really, really interesting books. I've also got a stereo turntable in the online auction, and this is a great mid-century credenza that's in the online auction. There's some good rugs here as well. Some condition issues on a few of them, but nice quality. And then this is a nice china cabinet here, and then we've got a matching or a very similar kind of Oriental style piece. That little side table is by Century Furniture, so that's quality goods. And then here's Indonesian wood carving. That's one of the online auction ones. Got a dragon here, got a dragon there, and a nice koizune vase. That one is tagged. And then running up the wall here, you'll see butterflies. Here's another fabulous carving here. If I can get the backlight away, one of those deep carvings. That's a scene from the Ramayana, probably from Thailand. Other good art on the wall. This sectional sofa got a few little dings and holes in it, so we just put it in the online auction. You're also going to find a lot of really cool tribal jewelry through the house. So here is African pieces. It's either Maasai or Ndebele. Definitely a highlight of the sale is this piece I'm looking here behind me. This is an alabaster carved lamp, Italian, and it's on a marble stand. Quality stuff here, extremely well done, very expensive item. We've got a very reasonable, it's a little bit higher open than we usually do, but we did have a reserve from the family on it. And you'll see that again also on the tractor as something that's got a higher start price. But otherwise, everything in the online auction starts for 10 bucks. And this guy included fantastic mask here, probably Papua New Guinea. These guys went to New Guinea and bought some cool stuff there. You're going to see that around, but also fine quality furniture in the house. Got a nice leather chair here. This is one of the most antique items there, probably 1850s on that. Beautiful carving. There's a stamp collection down here below, and there's some of the replicas. Got some religious icons here, not just Christian, but other religions as well. Old Lindbergh newspaper, and again, lots of jewelry. You won't see all the jewelry here in this video, but we do have a bunch in the sale. Now, there's an online auction clock, a tag clock. This thing weighs about 100 pounds and you can see the Tiffany mark on the front of that. And then there's another one from Tiffany there. So that's cool. Now I'm going to roll into the living room. This is just where it's kind of the mecca of really cool stuff from all around the world. Everything from Indonesian puppet to, a war club. And these things made out of femur bones, You've got this fantastic mask. I think I listed it as African, but I found the Papua New Guinea book, and now I realize my mistake. And so that's Papua New Guinea. We tagged all these cool figurines here. You got some pretty exotic ones, and there's several cultures represented there. We've got one of the Nordic style trolls from up in Gatlinburg, and then all kind of fun little creatures, masks. There's paintings on bark paper that have toppled over there. Indonesian leather piece. The guy's got a lot of weaponry, as I mentioned, and here is a arrow quiver from some of his bows and arrows that we have. You'll see those when we get out into the garage. And then all around here, knives and swords. There's really cool ones here, the Chris from Indonesia and Malaysia. Fantastic stuff, and some reproductions as well. You'll also find a bunch of pocket knives here, and some in the auction, some in the tag sale. Nice little side table there. Still got to dig through these cameras. How about this? A cool, like a executioner sword. We've got models. The guy loved his ships. You're going to see an actual sailboat that he built, but also model sailboats. There's a real sailboat in the sale. We'll see when we get outside. And then these are some very expensive model kits that we have here. Another great mask up there in the corner, a couple more down here, and you can see some of the neat textiles starting to come in here. These are blowguns. I used to sell those when I was on TV, so I know they came from Indonesia, and those back in the day. And then here's the another one of the nice sailboat models, keel and all, and a nice stand to hold it. In-scale train there on the table. I think that's pretty cool, and there's a lot of nice seashells around the house. Some more furniture here. You've got the drop leaf table and some nice porcelain on it. These crazy chairs, man. These are wacky armchairs with this leopard and lion skin or leopard and jaguar skin stuff. We're still working on the linens there. Sorry for the mess. Got spears in the corner and more masks. Got a cuckoo clock. Sort of working on the cuckoo clock. Nice buffet over there. A lot of good decorations here. For the dining set, you've got fine china. It's couple sets in the online auction, several more sets tagged. Nice table here underneath. The buffalo print, and here we've got a nice candlewick bowl, and you've got a punch bowl, that is, and you've got crystal pitchers and decanters. We also have in the tag sale some of the American Fostoria pieces, and there's a good bit of crystal and silver plate pieces here as well that are all pretty good shape. Coming into the kitchen, fabulous set of cookbooks over here on the wall, and the desk down below is in the online auction. There's a whole bunch of 2-drawer files, good quality by HON Han. The Han makes a heavy duty one. You got the little rolling tea card here, and then the kitchen aids in the online auction, and then lots of good cookware, coffee pot, Cuisinart, food processor, everything you need to get a kitchen going. And then this whole wall is just the dollar store. Everything's $1. And you can really stock up on some handy, useful utensils over in there. Got a nice lateral file cabinet there as well. And yeah, I'll keep on trucking here. So back in here, we had a look here earlier. We've got tons of the books. And then a quick peek through the laundry room. All kind of cleaners, the washer dryers for sale. We got a good bit of, again, cleaners, as I said. Here's a piece of crewel work. Why not? Let's throw that into the mix. And then if I go into the front bedroom, sliding past Liz, who's hiding. This, I got to mention, is number 66 in the online auction. Somehow the pictures went astray, so we didn't get the pictures attached to the item, but there it is. It's a beautiful antique piece, 2 drawers over 4, with a pretty faux half columns down the side. So that's in the online auction. Also, this little narrow curio, you can see how it fits in that space in the wall. It's a good versatile one. A nice quality cedar chest there with a lift-up tray. Got a little twin bed here, a couple of cool oriental prints, oriental lamp up above it. There's another nice chest over there. I found 2 more quilts. We got quilts in the auction, and then we got extra quilts that are tagged, and then all kind of your good daily linens, lots and lots of blankets for $5 a piece. And then here is more of the auction quilts. And of course, you get a better picture of them if you look at them on the online auction. This rug is also in the online auction. Cruising into this was the master bedroom. You got to take a look at the headboard in the online auction. It's got a drop down little secret tray there, and there's a place for a gun rack built into the headboard. And then you got a nice antique wardrobe there, the Mad Hatter's hat, and a typewriter. Got the TV with a stand in the online auction, and this nice maple set of furniture is in the online auction as well. The mirror that goes with it accidentally ended up in the tag sale. leather chair here, foot lockers. You can see a lot of cool boxes. And then there's great vintage clothes here. There's all kind of crazy stuff, men's and women's, shoes. And then we'll see all kind of linens and stuff as we get out a little further. And there's a oak chest of drawers in there as well. I'm going to cruise now down the hallway. We will see the room that Liz has been working on all day. It's about our 6th day over here. Here's the crafting table. I believe it already sold in the online auction, but you'll see the kind of crafting stuff that's here to go with it. Everything from the press, the Euro press, the OT lights, everything you need to hang your threads and spools and organize your crafty goods. And then over here, tons and tons of thread and needles and ribbon and all that kind of stuff. And exotic fabric over here and different cups of clothing. More fabric down here. And then here, Liz has done a great job in this room organizing tons of fabric. So, you know, all the kind of remnants that you want right there. And then tons more books here. Everything from engineering on up to, you know, trains and Civil War and sewing, everything like that. I've got a mattress set here that's in the online auction. There's a cool quilt up here on the window. And then the bookshelves, I think we're going to be selling on all these books on them. There's a great drop leaf table here underneath the Christmas, beautiful table. And then there is a good mixture of Christmas in here as well. Now, fun stuff all through the crafting land. And if this is kind of if you're a person who likes to pick up odds and ends and create art, or you have a friend that's like a found art maker, you need to make sure they know about this sale, because this sale is loaded with cool stuff. Got antique and good tools down here. We're going to see some really big tools here in a second. Just the craziest mix. This is one of my favorite finds in here. It's here's a Navy aircraft from World War II. A bunch of books on that. And then there's the gas mask, and there's all kind of Army stuff over here. This tool's down in the box. I think it's gorgeous looking. You got a rifle case here. There are some guns in the sale. You can look at the on the tag sale listing for the guns. World War II Army helmet, and then the complex drilling machine. If you are somebody that likes machining or know somebody who does, they need to be looking at this piece. That one, the stickies come off of it. Number 42 in the online auction. Got a great drill press here. A massive commercial size, an older, heavy duty. I mean, this thing will run like a racehorse. Big. I'm talking about large. Bring people to help move. Large. Come on, brain. It's the radial arm saw. And then in the corner, there's great big old pipe clamps and all kinds of different molding in wood. We've got antique skis. Why not? And then a little office supply overflow over here. Coming up on the wall, you're going to see there's the scroll saw and every kind of little jig device, tool kits here. Your Draftsman sets, thank you. Things I don't know what they do. And even I stumped Andy on one earlier. It's the Wiggler or Center Finder set. We don't know what a Wiggler is. Here's another great balsa wood airplane set. Got the grinder here. It's got the little glass protectors on the top. I like saws going up the wall. We've got the 2 crosscut saws, and we found a third today as we were making safe pathways in the barn. I'll get to the barn here in a minute. Tools. I got an old school bandsaw here. Drill press again. Another smaller radial arm saw. You got blacksmith's tools, hammers, belly drills and other drills, files like you've never seen in your life. There's probably 200 files in here. I bet there's 500 files. It's nuts. And some really good quality old planes. Thank you, Rain. Whew, so many things I'm naming. And now up on the wall here, we're in the crossbow section. This guy, I mentioned the crossbows earlier. I've got crossbows and bolts and regular bows and arrows. And of course, all the shelving that's in here is for sale. We've got huge clamps, boxes and boxes, toolboxes full of all kind of tools. You can see several toolboxes like that. And then we got more clamps. This wood bench is for sale. This one, I believe it's sold. That toolkit or toolbox is for sale. More clamps, great tools. I mean, it is just, and Mecca, this came out of the underneath the house today, a huge propeller. So just about everything that you could ever want to play with. Now coming out here, this wall, again, if somebody that's into found art or making things from, you know, bits and pieces of stuff, it's dream heaven in this area here. So is the barn. Starting with, I've got all the molds. There is a kiln. I didn't show it to you, but there's a kiln under the stairs, so you can make your own ceramics here, whiteware, and then you've got a terrarium there. There's all kind of old car working on stuff here from the the tools, as well as the, there's the timing gun. I found a whole lot of the vintage tobacco boxes. We've got Coleman stoves, Coleman lanterns, regular lanterns. Again, tons and tons of tools here. And then when I start rounding the corner down on this end, I'm going to stay back just a little bit so you can get a sense of the volume. All these weird looking cut up milk cans and Prestone antifreeze cans and everything, they're all full of hardware. Those are jam packed. And as I come around this side, behind the golf clubs there, all those boxes are jam packed. And not just does the stuff inside them cool, the boxes are cool. They're all apple crates and military trunks and big old hefty metal drawers. And there's leather pieces and, every piece of hardware that Home Depot ever carried and stuff they don't carry anymore. Then up here on the wall, to go with the barn, we got all the rope. There's block and tackle, waders, more rope. You got a thing to snake out your sewer line, and then all your yard tools coming down here on the end. And God willing, when we open the sale, our checkout is going to be here in the garage where we can stay cool. And then here's another metal cabinet that's full of all kind of more hardware. And then this pile down the middle, which we can't even penetrate yet, it's going to have to come out on sale day. It's got trunks and boxes and more yard tools. And then I've got a whole host of things to go with it. Somebody that's injured, several walkers, and the wheelchairs and stuff like that. Again, more yard carts. And then there is stuff that goes along with the swimming pool over there as well. Now over here where Andy's roaming through the woods, we've got this four-wheel drive Toyota. It was wrecked. It's a parts car, so it needs somebody to come pay us a little bit of something for it and haul it off and make another Toyota out of it. So that's available. Now I'm coming down into the barn. Let's see, which way should I go? Well, changed my mind which way to enter. We'll go through and then around the outside. So the Ford tractor, it's a Ford 3000, and this thing needs, forget off the top of my head what kind of work it needs, but I listed what it needs according to repair people, and it comes with a repair manual, but it's got good tires, good body, not too much rust, and then you've got all the implements that go with it here, from the plow and the drag, and boring auger and all kind of stuff. So all that goes with the tractor. And then I've got the Sea Dog here. This is the sailboat. Honest to gosh, homemade sailboat. You can see all the masts and everything up here. There's sail is with it. So if you want to learn to sail, you want to get a project here, this thing's on its own trailer, so you can dive in and do it. Now, if I come down through the barn, okay, yeah, the tractor's got a bush hog on it as well. And then over here, rollers over against the wall, and then all kind of hardwood. This guy was a woodworker, and he saved a lot of stuff. Probably built the barn with this, probably some leftovers from the barn construction. But there's a bunch of goodies here for a woodworking kind of person, and a lot of different kinds of wood, different lengths and widths, as well as practical stuff, tobacco stakes, that sort of thing. And here's all the tons more stakes. Here's another huge pile of wood. And then against the wall, even more wood. And then why not? Let's just build our own kayak, cover it with canvas and paint it, seal it. And so we've got the kayak here. And of course, a bunch of sawhorses you'll see around if you need that sort of thing. This super duper mower, I don't even know what's going on with that thing. It seems to be kind of a, creatively engineered, but there's the mower and then a bunch more wood here. Now, that's not the end of the barn because it's got all these little side rooms off of it. This one's full of tools, full of God knows what in here. Again, when I was talking about, if you like found art and picking and making stuff out of things that used to be something else, this is the crazy, happy space for you. All the way it goes back, it's stuff piled, and this is a root and haggle kind of space. You come in here, you do the digging, you pull something out, we'll make your price, and you can go home happy with what you got and what you paid. So, and then you're going to find a lot of fencing, actually good practical barn stuff here, post hole digger, for instance. That's all mixed in with that. Coming through the middle, there's yet another space like that. Here's several seats of plywood if you're needing to build something, old sleds. There's farm fencing here. There's heavy duty cable, lots of plumbing stuff. Way back there in the dark, I have no idea. I haven't been there myself, but we did clear out the way to make it as safe as we could for you to come in. And then over here on this side, you can see a little bit, one more space, more lumber, pipe, rugs, chairs, you name it. And you have to recognize that chair. There's matches for it over by the swimming pool. And then there's some sheet metal too. So, and then one more spot here just to give you a glimpse, a piece of railroad tie, an old water pump. You got an oxyacetylene set. What else do you need? This is a really crazy sale, folks. Again, we're opening up on Friday. It's by appointment. You can get appointments starting on Sunday. Just remember, when you're coming, be really careful at the entrance. Pay attention to Ashton. We're trying to keep you safe coming in and out. And you'll be parking over here in the yard. So bring good shoes. Be prepared for, in a good car. Don't drive your sports car. You're going to have to drive through some bumps and holes over there. We'll see you soon, folks. Thanks for watching.